Hi, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joybaking.com. Today we're going to make cream cheese brownies, and this is what they look like. On the bottom we have a dense and fudgy brownie with a rich chocolate flavor. We're going to cover that with a cream cheese filling that has swirls of brownie batter in it. So the first thing that you will need to do is preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 165 degrees Celsius. And then you will need a 9-inch square, which is 23 centimeter baking pan. I've lined mine with foil. You could use parchment paper as well. Just make sure, whether you're using foil or parchment paper, that you kind of bring it up and over the sides so that it's kind of like little handles so we can lift up the brownies and then be really easy to get them out of the pan. I like to also just lightly butter my foil, or you could lightly spray it with one of those non-stick sprays, just to make sure that our brownies don't stick to the foil. And what I did is just melted a little bit of butter, and then I'm just using a pastry brush. Okay, that looks good. So now we're going to start with our cream cheese filling. I'm using a food processor. You could use like a hand mixer, you could use a stand mixer. You could just do it by hand. Lots of options there. The first thing that you will need is 8 ounces, which is 225 grams. We want to use the full fat cream cheese here and have it at room temperature. And I'm going to add to that 1/3 of a cup, which is 65 grams of granulated white sugar. Mine's organic, that's why it's not actually white, it's kind of off-white, but either one. So let's scrape that. So now I'm going to process this just until everything's mixed together and the cream cheese is nice and smooth. We want to get rid of any lumps that might be in there. Pretty good. It's great about the food processor. Makes quick work of it. Okay. That's good. And now we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon, which is 2 grams of pure vanilla extract. It's for flavoring. And 1 large egg. Have your egg at room temperature, and a large egg out of the shell is about 50 grams. So now I'm just going to process this until everything's mixed together. Just going to scrape that down. You want to make sure it's all mixed together. Looks good. It's nice and smooth. That's it. So now I'm just going to pour this into a bowl, and then I'm going to clean this up and set up, and we'll be right back and we'll make our brownie batter. So now for our brownie batter. First, you will need a saucepan of simmering water. We're just going to mix the brownie batter by hand. It's really easy. So you will need a heat-proof bowl, and what I have in here is 4 ounces, which is 115 grams of unsweetened chocolate, and then you want to just coarsely chop it up. Unsweetened chocolate is like in its rawest form. There is no sugar added, so it's very bitter. You never like say a bittersweet or a semi-sweet. You could just eat it. This is very bitter, so you don't usually eat it just like it is. So to that, I'm going to add 1/2 cup, 113 grams of butter. And then what I've done is cut my butter into small pieces so it melts faster. I actually have it at room temperature and cut in little pieces so it'll melt really quick. I'm using unsalted. If you prefer, you could use salted and then just leave out the salt in the recipe. So what I'm going to do is just put this over my saucepan of simmering water. I'm going to stir it a bit so it melts together. Okay, so it's melted. We'll take that off the heat. Stir. It's a little warm. That's all right. If it was like really hot, I would let it cool down a bit, but mine's just warm. So we can carry on here. So what I'm going to add is 1 1/4 cups, which is 250 grams of granulated white sugar. Because remember that unsweetened chocolate, it's very bitter. That's why we need a little more sugar than normal to counteract that. And then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon, 4 grams of pure vanilla extract. If you don't want a vanilla flavor, you can just leave that out. It's not absolutely necessary because, you know, we got the chocolate flavor. So just whisk that in. You will notice it's a little grainy with the sugar. Don't worry, it'll smooth out. So now what we're going to do is add 2 large eggs. Have your eggs at room temperature, so 2 large eggs out of the shell is 100 grams. I'm going to add 1. And as you can see, I'm using a whisk. I mean, you could use a spatula, but I think a whisk works really well here. Or you could use your hand mixer. So whisk that in, and then the second one. You know, whether you can see that it's starting to smooth out now. Our arm gets a really good workout with this, which is good. Okay, so now we're going to add 1/2 cup, 65 grams of all-purpose flour, plain flour, and I'm adding just 1/4 teaspoon, 1 gram. I'm using a fine kosher salt. You could use a table salt, but remember, if you used salted butter, then I wouldn't bother adding that salt. I'm just going to mix that together, dump that in, and do it slow at first. We don't want the flour outside the bowl. We want it inside the bowl. So we're gonna whisk this for a minute here until it's nice and glossy and smooth. Usually my arm tells me when I'm done. Okay, that's looking pretty good. And you can see it's getting tougher and tougher. That's when you know. So it's nice, glossy, smooth. Okay, I'm done. So now, you can see here, we have swirls of the brownie batter on top. So that means we need to remove some of this batter to do that. You will need to take out 1/2 cup. You can just use your measuring cup. I'm going to use a scale. So 1/2 cup would be about 120 grams of the brownie batter. So the scale makes it really easy here. Okay, so I put that aside. Get rid of my scale. Sorry, turn my back on you. And we're just going to put the rest of the brownie batter in our pan. You know, brownies have that deep chocolate flavor. And, you know, I like it with the cream cheese filling. It kind of tempers the chocolate. It's really a great combination. cheesecake and brownies. What's not to love? I'll put that back here too. And then I'm just going to take my, you can just take a spoon or offset spatula and just spread it out. Okay. Make sure you get in the corners. It looks pretty good. Okay. There. Again. And next we have our topping here. Turn that over. So I'll just there we go. And again, I'm just using an offset spatula or 2 spoons, or a spoon, I mean. Spread that out. Looks pretty good. Okay. And next we have that brownie batter. So I'm just using for this 2 spoons. You could put this in a piping bag and pipe, because what we're going to do is pipe 4 rows across and 4 rows down. So 16 little dollops of the batter. And then we're going to swirl it. So if you want, like I said, if you want to put it in a piping bag, you could do that. But as I've said before, I hate washing. I hate washing those piping bags. So I'm going to just use 2 spoons. Okay, and the last one. They don't have to be perfect dollops or the same size, because we're going to swirl it. So you don't have to be that exact. Whoop. So now I'm just taking the end of a toothpick. You could use a wooden skewer. You could use a knife. And we're just going to swirl this. So what I do is start one end and kind of go through the chocolate. Like that, and then you kind of want to the trick is not to underswirl or over swirl to it. I know I tend to over and I don't know when to stop, but I'm going to stop at that. Okay. There. It's good enough. So now for baking, I'm going to say about 30 minutes. Everyone's oven is a little different, so it could be a little less, could be a little more. I do rotate my pan front to back about halfway through to get an even baking. So what you're going to get is the cream cheese filling is going to set. It'll start to brown around the edges. And if you take a toothpick and put it into the brownie, you want to put it into the brownie part, it'll come out, you don't want it to come out clean. I like my brownies a little where there's still a little batter clinging to the toothpick. So I'm going to say 30 minutes. Okay. So our cream cheese brownies are done. So put your pan on a wire rack. I did put it into the brownie part, and whether you can see that there is some batter clinging to the toothpick. That's how I like them, so they're nice and dense and fudgy. And as you can see, the cream cheese filling is set, just starting to brown around the edges. That's how I like them. So I'm going to let them cool down to room temperature, and when we come back, we will try one. So I let the cream cheese brownies cool down to room temperature, and now we're ready to cut them. I did put them on a cutting board, so just peel back your foil or parchment paper, and then with the sharp knives, you can cut them as large or as small as you want. So, cut through, and then I like to just clean my knife in between cuts to get a nice clean cut. And, well, we'll just take not too big. There we go. Oh, so see that? You get the nice brownie on the bottom, and then the cream cheese with the swirls of more brownie. Carrie's right here, but you can't have any. It's chocolate. Oh, that's really delicious. You've got that like dense and fudgy brownie. And because we used unsweetened chocolate, it has a rich chocolate flavor. And that's tempered by that cream cheese topping. Or really, well, no, you can't have any. Sorry. It is a wonderful combination. They're good, you know, warm. They're good at room temperature. And I do store these in the fridge because of the cream cheese. And that's going to make, then the brownie part hardens up. And it's going to make it even more fudgy than it is now. It's a little soft, but when you put them in the fridge, it really firm up. Now, and you could store these several days in the refrigerator, or they freeze really well too. So you can put just a couple in the freezer. So when you have a craving, you can just take it out and eat it. I do have, if you go to the joyofbaking.com website or our YouTube channel, I'm a brownie lover, I admit. So if you would prefer just a brownie without the cream cheese, I have all different types of that. I've got ones with the brownie with the ganache. I've got the turtle brownies. I have all kinds. So you might want to check that out. But you must make these because they are really good. And until next time, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joyofbaking.com.